start the recording of the session so that we can start for our. Okay, cool. Uh, okay, fine. So who is sharing the screen today regarding our next things?
Me,
Can I share?
Yeah, anyone like
Shivani.
who started, working on the visualization part. Maybe we can who have different visualization already pulled on the page. I'll discuss the same. Shivani, I think you did something yesterday, right? You can share your screen.
Sorry, it is visible.
Yeah, it's visible now.
Yes.
Okay, fine. So I think we covered the first row of the visualization, right?
Yes, sir.
Where we have all the stacked column chart, bar chart, and clustered column chart, bar chart, 100% stacked. Do you guys have any questions regarding the same? I'm again asking. If then we can discuss the same. Okay, fine. So I think we covered on the second row. Yeah.
Sir, what is RLS?
That is basically row level security where you will restrict some of your users you know to the access they can to the visualization they can access, right? So I'll let you know about that because it's also one of the advanced topic, right? So
Okay.
we are going further in a step by step. So as a brief, what is RLS? That stands for row level security. So basically, let's suppose you are looking for India country, right? And there
Yes.
are other people and you have the data for different countries in your data set, right? So let's suppose I don't want, so as you are taking care of India country, you are manager for means the head of your sales, right, for India country only. So I want you just see the details for India country only, not any other country, right? I created just one report where we have data for multiple countries, right? All the countries data we have in that particular data set. Once I create report, I'll implement row level security RLS over there. Okay. And I'll create a role for different countries that this is specifically for India, right? I'll give the name as India role, right? India manager view, something like that. And over there I'll filter, the country value as India, right? And I'll create multiple roles over there, like for US, right? Or I can also do it for on region basis, like Asia, where we have India, Bangladesh, Sri Lanka, Pakistan, and all, APAC, EMEA, something like that, right? I'll create roles over here in Power BI desktop, and then once I create those roles, there's an option. If you go to the modeling, I think in modeling we have the select the modeling in modeling or view, I believe. Yeah, view as, right? There are manage roles. Scroll like in the below ribbon, right? We have manage roles. We have view as on your right.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yes.
So from manage role, you basically create roles, and view as you can test those roles over here in Power BI desktop. Okay. Once you created the role, you publish the report into the workspace, right? You have to add those users into the specific role, else they'll not be able to see the visualization of the report. Okay, they'll get an error in the visualization pop-up, right? And the way they'll not be able to see the visualization, they'll get an error, right, for the access. So once you get them added to that particular role in the Power BI service, then they'll be able to see the data for India only, right? Irrespective, it has the data for all the countries, right? But they'll be just able to see the data for India. And to the same report, let's suppose you added another role, the US role, right? You added someone to the US role. Okay, so with the same report, he or she will be able to see the data for US only, not India.
Okay.
Is that clear,
Yes, sir.
everyone? So we'll discuss. I'll show you like how to implement row level security and everything, but on a later stage. Okay, it's just a brief that this is the thing. This is called row level security, where you will basically restrict your users to see the complete data, and they have the permission based upon their role in the company, something like that you can say.
Okay.
Fine. So any other question, anyone? If that is kindly related to the visualization, we can discuss the same today, or else if it is something advanced topic or something like which we'll discuss in later topics, but I'll give you a brief about the same. Anything?
So what is custom sort?
What is
Custom sort.
custom sort is like okay, so you have your month calendar table, you have your month name,
Yes, sir.
right? How you are sorting that month name? You
By
have
sort.
month, go to your, okay, over here you don't have your calendar table, right? So
Yes,
if
sir.
you create a calendar table, right, you have your month name over there, right? If you
Yes.
sorted alphabetically, because ideally a column will be sorted, if you have not put a custom sort over there, right, it will be sorted in the alphabetical order. Either it could be descending, either it could be uh, ascending, right?
Percent.
Maybe
Yes.
your month name should will start from a August, right? Something like that. But you don't want your month to be started, alphabetically on, at that moment, right? What you want to sort your month name based upon your month number, which is the first month of Indian calendar, that would be January. So you want January to be sorted as 1, January to be placed at 1, February to be placed at second number, third, March, like something like that, right? So that is your custom sort. You're sorting your January, your month name on the basis of your month number, not with the on the basis of your month name.
Okay, sir.
Fine. Any
Yes,
other
sir.
questions?
Sir, edit interaction.
Added interaction, I think I already covered, right? If you go to, let's suppose, select a particular visualization.
Yes,
Yeah.
sir.
Go to the format. Format in your top ribbon, not from here.
Sir, this
Help.
one.
Besides format, besides help, there is a format on your top ribbon. Top.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yes.
this. Okay, so there is edit interaction button. So what is interaction? Click over there, right? So there are three types of interaction between visualization. Okay, one is if you want to filter the data on the other visualization on the page based upon your selection in your visualization, right? So if you can see for the ribbon chart, the bar chart is having highlight interaction as default, right? If you want to do one thing, select any data point in 2000 in your ribbon chart, any data point, anything. Yeah, select it. Right. If you can see, this is highlighted in every visualization, right?
Yes, sir.
If you want to treat, this interaction to be filtered, do one thing. There is there are three icons across each, not this, not this. In the other visualization, just search. There are three icons over there. Right? Yeah, this is called filter for edit interaction. If you click that, click over there. So based upon your selection to this particular visualization, it will filter the data in other visualization. Okay,
Okay, sir.
right? If you don't want this, if you want to highlight the data, right, you want to see the complete data and highlight the selected data, selected data from the visualization, right? You can select the second one. If you don't want your the other visualization to be affected by your selection in other visualization, you can select the third one. Just select the third one, right? You can see that it is not, if you select any data point in your other visualization, right, it will not affect this particular visualization.
Okay.
Got my point?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so this is, so first of all, you have to select a visualization and then you have to see like what do you want? Do you want to filter the other visualization? You will get to see all, these three icons across every visualization, right? There are some visualization where you will not see the, the three icons because, and that is one example of the same is your card visualization.
Okay.
Okay, I'm not saying that once you select a card visualization, right? Or maybe the vice versa, you'll not be able to see these three icons over there.
Okay.
Okay, so you can try and test it out at your end, like how it is working. Okay,
Yes, sir.
because from client, you may get some kind of requirement, right? That based upon this slicer, that should not affect my this particular visualization or the card visual, right? Else rest everything on the page should be filtered. So in that case, this would be helpful. Okay, fine. Any other questions?
No.
Okay, fine. You can simply click on the edit interaction button again to yeah, just click over there. Okay, fine. Now move to the visualization pane and the value section. Let's cover visualization pane, that is the field section. Besides that, yeah, the value section, the first one, there are three tabs, right? Yeah, okay. So we covered the first row completely. We are on the second row, right?
Yes.
So on the second row, what we have is our line chart. I already discussed the same, right?
Yes, sir.
Then we have area chart. Then we have stacked area chart, right? And now we can select the fourth one, what it is. That is line and stacked column chart, right?
Yes, sir.
So this is the combination of your line chart and your stacked column chart. So what is stacked column chart? There were two, types of uh,
Chart.
these column charts. One is stacked column chart, one is clustered column chart, right?
Yes.
So
Yes,
in
sir.
stacked column chart, you will get basically you can pull two values, first of all, two KPIs at the same time, right? And that would be stacked one above other, right? If you select this,
So this is one.
yeah, this is the stacked column chart. So what you are seeing over here, if you select the chart, if you hover over any particular value, yeah. So the first and foremost thing which we discussed yesterday, right, that it will show you like you will be able to see everything in the form of legend over here, right? You can see the same, right? If you pull anything, basically you can pull any other attribute as well in the legend, and there is a line chart as well, right? So how this is useful? So when, let's suppose you have to show any particular information, right? Let's suppose you have the sales data, okay? You have
Yes.
the profit data, right? Not, I don't think that you should be you should show profit and sales in this as a stack, right? What you can do,
Okay.
let's suppose you are showing your sales data, right? Or maybe your profit data, and on the line chart what you are showing, that could be your variance from your previous sales. Okay,
Okay.
so that would be in the percentage. However, the other numbers would be in the numbers, numeric value, right? And whatever you want to show, that would be numeric, right? Let's suppose there is a requirement kind of thing where you have to show, two information. One is of numeric information, another one would be your percentage information, right? For that, this chart is useful. Okay, for numeric, you can see for, let's suppose 2016, just select the chart, don't hover it, don't select any data point, just select the chart, select the data point, yeah, fine. If you move to your right in the visualization pane, just scroll down. So what we are showing over here, that is your sales,
Yes, sir. In column
right?
value.
Yeah, if you can move this thing to your top. Okay, so the thing is that what you are showing is the sales, right? I think you pulled profit in the tooltip, right?
Line
Oh,
value.
line value. This is not the correct representation, right?
Okay.
However, you can show it, but why should we use, I'm telling you, why should we use this particular chart when we are showing two types of attributes, right? One is our numerical kind of attribute, right? Where we have the numbers, right? This is the sales number for a particular year or anything, right? For a particular category as well, right? However, if you want to show the variance percentage, right? The other thing would be in the percentage, right? So that thing you can show in your line chart. This could be your, you have 2016 number, you have 2017 number, right? For in 2017, how you are growing your sales, how much percentage you are, declining or maybe growing in your, in terms of your sales. So for that information, that thing would be in a percentage. It couldn't be in million percentage, right? That could be 10%, 0.1%, 50%, upside or downside, right? So that thing is on a different scale. The other thing is on a different scale. When you are showing information on the same chart and you have to plot it, you are not showing that in the tooltip, you are plotting it, right? And giving out some more useful visualization. Then in that case, you can make use of this combo chart.
Okay.
Okay, that is called, if you hover over there in the chart in the visualization pane, what it is called? Yeah, line and stacked column chart. That is also called combo chart. The both, where you can show line for one kind of scale and for another kind of scale. If you want to show in the visualization, you can make use of stacked column chart. And if you go to your right, the other one is same, but
Line.
here you can show in the clusters, right?
Yes.
Rather than stacking the KPIs in just one, in just one bar. Okay, so over here you can show what you can show two things at the same time. Like let's suppose sales you are showing and profit you are showing, right? Okay, over here do one thing. Uh, in the line values, instead of line values, pull profit over there in the sales.
Okay, in this chart.
Yeah, in the above chart.
Yes, sir.
Keep
In
sales
line value.
there, move profit there along with sales. Yeah, drag it to the above corner. Again, try it again.
No, not going. No, sir. It is not going.
Why it is not going? It should be going. Okay, you have pulled something on the legend, right? So remove I think region is on the column series.
Yes, sir.
Remove that region.
Okay.
Now try to do it.
Yes.
Fine. So
Yes.
this is, the profit is quite low, but for these kind of analysis, right, you can make use of, you can show sales and profit at the same time. Okay.
Okay.
Or maybe what you can do, if you have the gross sales with you, do you have the gross sales?
Mm, let me check.
Scroll down.
No, sir.
You don't have it.
No, sir.
Okay. So the thing is that, let's suppose you have a gross sales number with you, right? There are gross sales, there are net sales. Okay.
Okay.
So that particular information you can show like this. You have the gross sales number. Okay. In one side you have the net sales number, and you can show the discount percentage. Something like this kind of analysis you can use this chart, because gross sales and net sales, they either there would be no difference if we are not giving any kind of discounts, right? If we are giving discounts, then there would be a slight difference, right? then in that case there would not be this much of gap between your sales and your profit, right? So for that it could be like 0.0001 million of difference, and you can measure that difference in the discount percentage line chart, right? So for such kind of analysis you can have this particular chart, where you can, in the column values you can pull your gross sales, in column values itself you can pull your net sales, and on the line chart you can pull your discount percentage. Okay.
Okay.
What's the next chart is your ribbon chart. Do you have used it in your reporting in any page? Just open that page. Okay. So this is the ribbon chart. Okay. It's also like a, you know, you can see your area chart, right? But it's in the form of ribbon. It will show you furthermore kind of things, like you can see that your west region is in the, for the 2016 year, that would be on the top, right? And for second 2017, that would be in the top two region, right? If you hover over to the data point, not here, in between that middle thing, where there are two colors merging with each other.
Okay.
Yeah, over here. Yeah. From here you can have, you can run multiple kind of analysis. So you can see for 2016 West sales, this is the sales. For 2017, right? This is the sales for West. What's the difference, right? We can see the sales change. You have not calculated it, right? You have not calculated this thing. The chart automatically calculated for you that we are lagging behind. If I talk about West region sales, we are declining from 5%, 5.35%, and this is the value in terms of value, that is 7,916, right? For 2016, West is ranked as 1. For 2017, it ranked as 2nd. So there is a change in the rank of by 1, right? For this kind of analysis, if you have to show and we don't want to calculate it, we can show this in this particular chart.
Okay.
Right? These kind of, this is quite helpful, right? Because you will be able to see where it stands basically, right? If you select any other data point later on, yeah, we can see that the sales increases, right? But the rank is not increasing, right? Because the other regions as well, they are also growing, right? They are not declining so that it will jump and take a place on second number or first number, right? What it means that central sales is increasing, right? They are doing good because it's a positive change by 43.31%. However, the other regions also increasing. So if we want to increase our, if we want to be the best region, then we have to work harder. Something like that we can analyze from this. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. What's next? That is a waterfall chart. Have you included this? I think yes, there was. I saw it somewhere. Copy this and paste it on another page. Does anyone know what is the waterfall chart? Because that would also, there in the Excel as well. That is also called Pareto chart.
Increase and decrease.
Yes. So if you can see this, waterfall chart, what you have shown is On the x-axis, I believe you have pulled order date, right?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay. What's there on other? I think category you pulled regions might be.
In breakdown category, it will be a order.
Mm-hmm.
In breakdown, it is region,
Yeah, yeah.
and
In breakdown,
value,
it is region.
in value, it is sale.
Okay. So if we hover over to the first one, 2016.
Yes.
Right. So what it is doing, it is breaking down your sales for 2016, not for 2016, right? For 2016 and comparing it with 2017, it is breaking down your sales across different, you know, category, not category, breaking down it on different regions, you can say. For East, if your sales is increasing from 2016 to 2017, if it is a green, it means that it is increased, right? Your East sales is increased. Okay.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
And with the length of the bar, you will be able to see how much is the, increase of sales in terms of percentage.
It is
Okay.
21.49.
Yeah. If you go to the after 2018, the length of the bar after 2018. Yeah. If you can see, the length of the bar is 33 percentage change. Okay. For West, if you move up, how much is the change?
So
For the
where,
next bar, next bar, next bar. Yeah, you can see 17.93% of same, right? And move to the next bar, that would be as 31.3% of change. So how this is, basically what you call it, what how it is calculating the length of the bar, that would be calculating on the total base. So that is the reason, right? This is quite low bar, right? If you compare it with the previous second bar, 31.3 percentage. Yeah, this one. No, prior to that. After 2018, there is a bar, the long bar.
is this one?
No, after 2018. Yes, right. So that is 33.42 percentage. So that's the basically the change percentage across this region, right? So if you are seeing, you know, if you can see from the legends over there upside, if you are seeing a green, right? It's an increase from past year, right? If you are seeing red, it is a decrease. The sales of that region is decreasing. And if you're seeing other, it means that it's a constant, right? There is no change. And the blue bar represent the total value. Okay. So
Okay.
over here, you can see for each, region, how it is performing, right? If it is
Yes.
a negative, if it is a decline or a growth in the terms of sale, so you can see. And along with that, you can also see the percentage, how much change is there, right? That could be a negative change, that could be a positive change, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, any doubt over here?
No, sir. Deepak,
Yeah.
uh, do you have any PDFs for these all visualizations? I mean, for in your understand in your way.
Yeah, I'll share one of the PDFs, right? Not every visualization you have, but it has a brief of where should we use that visualization. I'll share it
Yeah,
with you guys.
yeah. Please share.
Yeah.
Yeah, thank you. And I mean, is there any assignments for like for examples?
For the visualization perspective,
Not visualizations. For all calculations, DAX. which is like firstly you have explained one thing, right?
Mhm.
Which is director and cast like those.
Mhm.
Uh,
So I think we already shared one
and
of the assignment with you guys.
not one. We have to know more.
That's fine. So the thing is that, are you able to solve that assignment?
No, I'm doing that.
Okay. How many questions you have done? So there were
Sorry.
just three, right? How many, questions you have done to that assignment, like you have completed?
Completed only one. First question is I understand that.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So I think we have one more assignment, for you guys. So maybe that would not that much complex, right? You can solve that. So we'll share it with you. I think Ravi will share that with you guys. He has a
Okay.
copy of the same.
Okay.
Okay. So any other thing?
No, sir.
Okay. So let's move to the
So
next
for
chart then.
that assignment, I should understand DAX. Only then I can solve that assignment.
Yes.
Deepak, could you please explain about more tags? Uh,
Are you clear about the visualization first? Do you know the use of every visualization?
no, not sure, but I have to know more about tags.
Okay. Let's see. Okay. Let's take an example, right? Let's suppose you are able to solve the DAX problems, right? What if you don't know about the visualization first? Right, you don't know where to put that calculation in a particular visualization,
Yes. I have to know that.
right? So it's better, like I already told you the the most used DAX functions already, like add column, summarize, right? I already cleared those. Summarize columns, sum x,
Yes, sir.
right? Average x. So it would be like, first of all, DAX is not something, you should understand the data first, what kind of data you are reporting on, right? So if you talk about that particular assignment which we have given to you, right? If you are not able to decode what they want to simply ask from you, right? You cannot write DAX for it, right? If you don't know what you need to do, what they are asking for, how would you write DAX? If you know the logics, like if you know the, like suppose the functions as well, average x, right? That is so simple, everything. But if you don't know the context, in which context you have to work on, you cannot create calculation out of the same, right? So before DAX, I think you must be knowing the data. Okay,
Yeah.
the data modeling is a must thing. If you don't know how your filter is working, right, your relationship are built in the back end, right, in the relationship view, you will not be able to identify how to create DAX out of it.
Okay.
Okay, so I think on that day for that assignment as well, right, I cleared you like what they are asking
Yes,
for the
sir.
first question, right? For the second question as well. So do you guys are able to, crack that out for the second one?
No, sir.
No, Deepak.
Okay. Okay, fine. So if you want, I can open that assignment and show you like how I, created that. But for that, first of
So
all, I
first,
just want to confirm from you guys if you know about each and every visualization we have over here.
no, sir. So first,
No, sir.
I can understand visualization.
Yes, sir. So first we complete this, then we move on that. Actually, without knowing this, that is, I mean, difficult
Right.
for us.
That is what I'm thinking. Like, let's suppose I guide you on the advanced decks, right, and everything. And if you don't know the basic things, because interviewer will ask you the basic things first, right? You can submit the assignment, right? And with that thing, right? If you are able to decode that, he must be thinking that he knows everything. He can ask you the questions on that complexity itself, right? And you don't know the basic things. What's the use? Let's suppose he'll ask you what's the use of scatter chart. How will you? Any one of you can tell me what's the use of scatter chart? Where do we need to use a scatter chart? Anyone? Right? You don't know it. Anyone?
No, sir.
Fine. So that is the reason. That is the reason. What all things do you need to create a report? I told you that you have to create a calendar table first, right?
Yes.
I have informed you like these are the DAX functions which you can use to create your calendar table. That is the first thing. You know, not the first thing, that is the second or third thing. First of all, you need to understand the data, right? Do the modeling, create the calendar table, mark your calendar table as your date table, right? These are the steps which you need to perform whenever any kind of report you are working on. These are the initial steps for every kind of report, right? If there is date involved, then you must have to create your calendar table, connect your calendar table, do the modeling. Once you have done the correct modeling of your report, right, you have multiple tables, you connected all these tables uh, in the way you want, right, for your reporting. 70 to 80% of your work is already done. There's nothing after that. Okay, so let's move on. So everybody is clear about the waterfall chart,
Yes, sir.
right? If you want to show increase decrease to
Yes.
like if you want to break down basically our any particular category on a time basis, you can say on it could be it could be categories as well instead of your 2016 2019, right? But that would be more useful, like if you are so basically let's suppose you have not pulled it your date in your what do you call it, in your category, I think,
Yes,
right?
sir. Yes, sir.
You
Yes.
have pulled it on a breakdown basis, and in category you have pulled the other thing, your region. Then you will be able to identify like this region is uh, how much this region is increasing or decreasing based upon different years. So there would be like it's on you how it totally depends on the client itself, how do he want to see the data, but you should know at least that if he requests for this kind of analysis, which particular chart do you need to use, right?
Yes.
Fine. Let's move on to the next chart, which is your funnel chart, I think.
Yes.
Okay. So this is sales by subcategory, right?
Yes.
So for this particular chart, we should not be using this visualization first of all, right? This visualization can be used for one such scenario. I can give you an example. I don't think that we have such kind of data where this chart should be used, right? Let's suppose you have a data for a call center. Okay. In that call center data, what kind of things do you have is how many, numbers you have, or maybe how many leads you have where you basically call a particular customer, right? Let's suppose you have a data, the complete data you have. Okay. How many of them are potential customers? So you have that kind of data. Okay. How many you call some of your potential leads that this person could buy a particular product where you are pitching in, right? You call to him. Not every customer will gonna buy it, right? Am I right?
Yes, sir. Yes.
Right. You have a list of some potential customers. You call them. Someone will say, hey, call me next day. I'm interested. Right.
Yes.
So at the first point, right? So you have that data with you where you have some kind of, what you call it, a column where you have that information that this is a potential, leads available. This is our converted, this is the converted leads, and this is the actual sales. Okay, because at some moment there would be something. Let's suppose you called a customer, he is interested. There are two scenarios over here: he is interested, he is not interested. Let's suppose he is interested. You send the executive to him, right? Okay,
Yes.
it's a third step for the document collection. Okay, and then there is a fourth step. If let's suppose you're working, you are giving loans, okay, personal loan, education loan, or whatever kind of loan. You called a customer, right? A potential customer. You called him, he is interested. You so the second step, he said, hey, I am interested. Give send the executive to collect my documents. Third step, the document collection. Okay. Fourth step, does he actually get the loan, right? Does the amount actually dispersed in his account? So there are four stages over here, right? One is potential leads. Second is interested, if the customer is interested. Third is if the document collection done. Fourth is if the loan is dispersed. So there are four stages. And if you want to see a data on the stages level, how it is decline, how you are covering the everything. So for the first bar, if you can see, that is 100 percentage, so the total is 100 percentage. How many of them would be converted from the total number of potential leads? The second bar would show you how many of them is basically converted to leads, how many are interested. The third bar will show you how many out of those, right, basically you have collected the document for. At the last, how many of you, how many of them, that basically got the loan. A kind of four stages. Now if you hover over there in the phones, in the visualization phones,
It is showing.
I'm not seeing anything. You are selecting it, just hover over it.
Okay.
First select the chart again, select that point again. Okay, now just hover over there. Fine. So this is, you can see that percent of first is this. This will show you the value, the percent of first, right? First is phones. So consider it as 100 percentage, right? Whatever data you have, right, that is of a potential leads that they'll buy. Go to the second one, chairs. Chairs.
Yes, sir.
I'm not seeing it. Fine. So if you can see what is the percent of first, right? You will have the values that these are the clients who said yes, right, for a particular product. You just give the values that this is the count of those clients. So over here it will automatically calculate what is the percentage of the first. Let's suppose there is 100 people, right? You called 10 people, you called all the 100, but 10 said I'm interested, right? So the percent of first, 10%, it will calculate itself. You'll not have to calculate, right? 10% of people said that they are interested to buy the look, to buy any particular, to have personal loan, right? Go to the third, storage.
Yes, sir.
Okay, fine. So you will see over here how many of them. You can see two things over here: percentage of first and percentage of previous. Okay, so two kind of analysis Power BI is doing for you. You are not creating, you are not calculating it, right? So it is calculating. So on the third place, what's our stage would be document collection, right? So out of total people, how many of how many people we are, for how many people we are collecting the documents? You can see that is, it could be, let's suppose we are collecting documents for now at this particular point of time, 5 people only, right? So 5% would be your percentage of first. 5% of people we are collecting document. However, percentage of previous point, 50% of people we are collecting document, because there are 10 people, right? And we are collecting documents for 5 people. So that could be 50%, right? So these kind of calculation Power BI will do itself in the funnel chart. You'll not have to do. So if you are creating any analysis for on stage by stage basis, right? It would shaped as a funnel, right? The percentage would decline. Okay, if you are doing such kind of analysis, you can use this particular chart. Everyone is getting my point?
Yes, sir.
Fine. Let's move to the next chart.
It is scatter chart.
Have you created this earlier?
Think. It is this.
No. Scatter chart. You can select a.
Dot on X and Y. Yeah, like we are plot the dot type.
Yeah, this one. Select any other page if you don't created it. A new page and then include it.
I don't create it. I think so. No. No, sir.
Create new page and select the chart.
Yes, sir.
So why do we use this particular chart? Okay, that is basically, we used to, compare our values of our categories on the basis of two KPIs, right? And let's suppose we have a data for sales and profit. Okay, and we need to understand where we are going good, like which is a particular category, right? Where we are having maximum sales with maximum profit, or with minimum sales and and maximum profit, right? Do one thing over here, include on x-axis, include sales.
Okay.
You can also do the vice versa. On y-axis you can use profit. Fine.
Yes, sir.
Okay. And on if you go upside,
Yes, sir.
over here pull, select maybe subcategory, select, check the box subcategory.
This is shown, sir, in subcategory.
There are too many data points for this. Any other thing? Segment. Let's pull segment.
Okay.
Okay, 3 points itself only. Okay,
Sir, it is technology, furniture, that.
that's fine. Now also do one thing.
Yes, sir.
There is something called play access as well. Okay, let me cover that later. Okay, increase the, resize the chart.
In size?
Yeah, the chart size. Okay. So over here, if you can see, you have sales values on your x-axis,
Yes,
right? You have profit values on your y-axis. Do we have size over here on your right visualization pane? Do we have size as well?
Yes, sir, size as well.
Okay, in size, do one thing, pull your maybe quantity.
Okay.
Several things you can pull over here in this particular chart.
Yeah.
Okay, so fine. So in legends as well, if you want to pull, you can pull anything, but don't complicate it. Keep it simple for now. So over here, you have the sales information, you have the profit information. Okay. So if you can see, if you see the correlation from this, if you have the maximum, sales, right? The profit is also increasing, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. But this is not such kind of data we because I don't think that this data is appropriate to understand this scatter chart visualization. So let me tell you, if you divide this, particular chart in 4 quadrants, right? Or maybe the data point. Okay, do one thing instead of this, you just got 3 points only, right? Use that subcategory again. Remove that which you
Like,
pulled segment. Yeah, include subcategory. Let's connect with more data points. Okay, fine. So what you can see from here, okay, for this particular chart, which is there is a bubble about 200K, right? 200K, there is a bubble.
this one.
Yeah, this one. If you see, this is the subcategory tables, right? Even if we have done this much of sales, the sales is high, right? You can see from here, the sales is quite high, 206965. Okay. The
Yes, sir.
quantity is also, the quantity which we have sold is also decent, right?
Yes,
But the profit is quite low,
yes,
right?
sir.
So that is from this we can understand that we need to you know see, we need to see the sales, like we need to work with the manager who is taking care of table subcategory, right? That what's the issue, why the profits are declining, right? The sales are going good, right? We are having this much of sales, why the profits are declining? The reason could be anything. It could be we are taking less margin, right? Because how do we calculate profit? That would be sales minus cost,
Yes, sir.
right? So might be the cost is increasing, but we are not increasing the the prices, so that is the reason our profits are declining from past year, right?
Yes, sir.
Getting the sales
Yes,
is not the sales is decent sales with decent quantity, right? And the size of the bubble represent the quantity. The larger the size of the bubble represent the quantity, right? If you see something, yeah, you're saying something.
no, sir. No, sir.
Okay, so let distribute this on 4 quadrants, right? So whatever it is there in the first quadrant, right? Do one thing, but go to the insert.
Yes, sir.
There is other way to divide this in basically quadrant. We'll discuss that a lot later on, but let it do manually. Insert shapes. Yeah, click on the drop down. Select the line from the base. Yeah, select it. Okay. Now just move it above the chart. Move it. Click on the 3 dots, or maybe yeah, not at the top, in the middle of the chart.
This
Yeah,
one.
maybe this is the middle, right?
Yes,
Yeah,
sir.
it could be. Copy this chart again, copy and paste. You already selected it, just Control C and Control V. No, I don't want this chart to be copied. Delete it. Press delete key. Okay, select
Only
this. Yeah, this visualization I want to copy.
Okay.
Copy and paste. I think yeah. Now let it selected. Let it selected. Go to the rotation. Rotation.
This one.
Yeah, this one. Okay, we have. Do one thing. Keep the first as 90. Right.
Oh,
Instead of 0, type 90.
here.
Yeah. Yeah. Fine. Now expand the chart from there. From your left. Go to your left to the chart. Expand it till upside. Yeah. Expand it. Perfect.
So
No,
this
not
one.
this one. Not this one. The below one I was asking.
Okay.
That is fine. That's fine. Again, unselected. Unselected first. Or just keep it like this. Yeah, if you are able to just expand it now. I think you will be able to expand it. If that is, yeah, correct. Expand it to the last. Okay. Now treat this not the complete page till the chart itself. That would be fine. Okay. Treat this as your quadrants, right? Your first quadrant, your second quadrant, your third quadrant, and fourth quadrant. So what's there in the first quadrant? What do you understand by this? The bubble which is there in the first quadrant in your top where, so what do you understand by it? You are having maximum sales, right? And maximum profits as well,
This one.
right? So it means that it is working fine. But what if you are having minimum sales but you are having maximum profit? That is also fine for you, right? Means that you are taking a very good margin over there, right? For your left first quadrant, or you can call it the second quadrant over here. Yeah, over
And
here.
the third coordinate, basically called.
Yeah, first, second, third, fourth. So it depends like how you start counting your quadrants from which particular area, right? So on your the top left one is your best one. If you have a point over there at the top, right? And you have decent sales, right? That would be the best point, that you have very good margin over there, right? As a businessman perspective, that would be right. You're selling less, but you are having great, a very good amount of margin over there. So that is the reason your profits are good, right? Even if you are selling very low, volume, if you see the size of the bubble, that is quite low
This
for
one.
that particular, the size of the bubble, yeah, that is low, right? How low? That is the reason the sales is, you know the sales is decent sales, but the profit is quite high. What do you understand by this? We are taking, uh, I'm producing something at 10 rupees and selling it at 80 rupees or 90 rupees. I'm taking a very good amount of profit margin over there, right?
Yes.
So from this you can analyze two KPIs, right, at the same time. And maybe you are thinking about, you are seeing over here three things: your quantity as well, your what's the your sales, what's your profit. Okay, and you are able to analyze in which particular quadrant of for a particular subcategory it is falling, right? Is it giving, and if you see the quadrant, yeah, the bottom left is the worst one. We need to take care of the sales for these things, for these subcategories, right?
Oh, this one.
So yeah, we need to work on there. We need to contact our whosoever, the manager, whosoever is taking care of the these subcategory sales, right? We need to ask them then what's the issue we need to so these kind of analysis we can do from this, and these kind of things we can simply work upon, right? That these are the subcategories which needs attention basically.
Okay.
Fine.
Yeah.
Any questions to this?
No.
Anyone else?
No, Deepak.
Okay, let's select the chart. Go to the visualization pane again.
So how to do that?
Unselect the visualization first. You have selected the shape. Click anywhere on the page. Click anywhere on the page. Blank space.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. This is a pie chart. I have created it. This one.
Okay. So this is the pie chart. So I think this is self-understood, right? What does it show? Right?
Yeah.
So basically what kind of analysis is that? If you hover over to any data point, just hover over there. Have you hovered over? Okay, fine. So you can see it is calculating, the contribution percentage of central at its own. You have not done it, right? The donut chart or the pie chart are same, except one thing. Over there, the donut will, show you like a ring in the donut shape. However, the functionality for both are the same, right? So that percentage can also be, automatically calculated with your stacked bar chart, right? But if there is a requirement, there is not much space. Okay, then you can use this particular chart, the donut chart. Okay, and you can show the percentages in the data labels as well. Over there, I don't think that you will be able to show the percentages in the data label, right? If you expand the chart, expand it on the complete page. In the formatting option, you have different options if you want to show the percentage as well, right? Detail labels. No, in the same visual, detail labels. So that is already on, right?
Yes, sir.
So if you off it, and you can also control what all things do you not need to show in the tooltip. So currently you have selected all detail labels. So if you expand the chart, just expand the chart. It is a very small size. You can see the percentages in the data label, right? This is the value. This is the percentage of the total. Okay. So if you want to run such kind of analysis, where over here you will not have to create a calculation for the same calculator. Power BI chart is doing it itself.
Yes.
Okay. Go to the next. I think donut is also covered. It is same, just a ring. Okay. Else, everything is same in these two charts, as far as I know. I'll go to the values pane again. What's the next chart?
It is a tree map, a tree chart.
Okay, that's a tree map. Have you included that?
Yes, I have to it.
In somewhere, yeah, I also saw that.
Yes, this one.
Yeah.
It's comparing.
So over here, so basically what you can do, if you want to, this chart is basically used like it's a kind of tree map, right? If you are doing, if you are doing any subcategory or maybe anything on the group, right? Okay. So there are two things you can see for, region,
Yes,
right?
sir.
I think the region.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I
Region
have.
is where in which particular attribute?
It is in detail.
Detail, right? So you have something in subcategory, right? Each subcategory is of the same color. Okay. And in the detail, you also want to further dig it out, in the tree map itself on a region level. So if you can see the blue one is for phones, right? and fonts is now distributed amongst east, west, and different things. So over here, the length or the width of your basically a particular data point will be decided based upon its value. Okay, it will be created as a tree map. Okay, that's all in this chart, nothing else. Right. So yeah. So basically you will be able to so basically with the length and width of your particular data point, you will be able to analyze that. Yeah, this is the highest, point, like highest or grossing sales point, you can say, where we have the maximum sales based upon the width and length of your particular data point. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. There's nothing much in this chart. Just a visual representation of, if you want to basically just by seeing it, we'll be able to identify that. Yeah, for phones west, I think that is the most, from the size of the that particular data point, I'll be able to analyze that this is the most grossing sales value, something like that. Scroll down, I think. Maybe if you, as the chart is, quite small, you have done that.
Yes, sir. So I increase it.
Yeah, so if you do it, then you will be able to see that, that one is
This.
the first one is more bigger. Yeah,
Yes, sir.
that is the reason. Okay, let's move to the next one. I think we already discussed the maps, right, in our
Yes,
previous
sir.
session. How you are able to do this now? Have you asked Ravi regarding the same? Then they.
Yes, sir. I told Ravi.
Okay, fine. So this thing we already covered in our previous session. So guys, if you don't know it, because I think Saubhagya, you were not there yesterday, so you can simply, check the recordings
Yes,
for
sir.
our previous session. You'll have the understanding of these maps, right?
Okay.
So basically, these two maps were already there: the field map, area field map, and the normal map, right? So these were already there from very long time, right? And this shape map is recently, not recently, maybe that is also available from last 1.5 years or 2 years, but prior to that it was not there. Azure map was also not there, right? There's one map called ArcGIS map that was also not there. So all these maps are, quite advanced, you can say, because you can add layering to your map, right? So for that, it's a quite advanced map. And for ArcGIS map, you need credentials if you want to work on that. Ideally, you can work on that. But the thing is that if you want to use some advanced feature like layering, have multiple layers on your map, right? Like plotting a railway station on the map, you need data for the same as well, right? But you can plot that on a map, the population count on the map, right? Along with your data point. Your data point is a separate thing, but there are several other things like marking, whereas we have metros over different location in the map, right? Bus stand, something like that, railway station, something like that, right? We can add multiple layers on the map, but that would require subscription for those things, right? Azure map is also, you can add layers, right? And for all these maps, you need data points like latitude and longitude to plot exact location of the, so based upon the coordinate, it plot exact location of the data point on our maps. So you need latitude and longitude information, which we don't have for now. But yes, these are advanced maps. So let's move to the next one, which is, I think, your gauge. Yeah, gauge chart. So have you used it somewhere? I think you have used that chart
Yes, sir.
somewhere.
This one I have used it in this chart only. this one only, but this chart.
Yeah. Though this chart is basically used to to measure your performance with the target. So if you have the target information, then you have the sales information with you, right?
Yes.
If you have the target information, you can plot the same into the visualization. It will create a kind of uh, you can say it half donut kind of thing, that this is the Mark 1 2.99 meter, that would be I think this target, right?
Yes.
And if that is achieved, right, if you pull target in the target field, there's columns called target field, something like that, you need to pull that your target over there, your values over there. So, and you can show this information on an overall basis, like if you are able to achieve the target. If you are able to achieve the target, then that blue line would cross the the marker line. Okay, so such kind of, if you have a target data, target information, related information, forecast related information, you can simply use that this chart as well, right? This is the inbuilt chart where you will be able to identify or measure if you are achieving the target on time or not, right? So let's suppose 25 days are over for the month, right? And you and there is a large gap between, like you are lagging quite behind from your target line, right? Then maybe you should connect with the manager or the sales head to ask you and to ask him regarding why we are lagging behind the sales, right? You can take actions on him, something like that you can do from here. Okay,
Oh,
clear?
yes, sir.
Let's cover the final card on this row, then we'll end our today's session. So this is our card basically. So that is quite useful and the most used visualization, along with, like, there are bar charts, line charts, right? But this is also quite extensively used in our reporting purpose. So basically this is just a single row card chart, right? So what kind of information are we showing from here? So let's suppose you have sales, right? Generally what we do for our reporting purpose, we have different kind of visualization, but for overall numbers, like if I want to show my total quantity, right? I on the report page, I have I'm showing my quantity, but that is distributed among different regions, right? I'm not able to see what is my total quantity, so I can make use of this particular charts as a that is basically a card chart, right? You can see if you see the name, that is card visualization. So you can have multiple card visualization on your report page, right? In one of the card you are showing quantity information, that this is the total quantity on which I'm currently having in my business. This is the sales which I'm doing, the total sales, the profit, and everything, like whatever you want to show in the cards, right? You can show that particular information as a data point. So on however, in the below chart, you can have the same quantity to be distributed across different regions, and for sales you are showing, let's suppose, across different segments what is the sales. But as a holistic approach, if I want to see what's my total sales, I'm not interested in seeing sales for a different regions, right? I'm interested to know what's the total sales I'm having across every region. Then maybe placing a card visualization on the top or maybe on the left of every page is quite useful. Okay.
Okay.
So if you guys have any question, we can discuss the same. We have just 7 minutes left for our today's session. If there is any question, you can ask me. I'll clear it out before we end up our session for today.
No, sir.
No?
Sir, what is the power app is there in this? What is that? Power app.
So as you know, these things are, it's a separate tool basically, Power Apps, right? But we can, whatever we built in Power Apps, right? We can integrate that in our Power BI report as well. We have paginated report. It's a separate tool. That's not Power BI, right? But yes, you can integrate those things which you created in Power Apps or Power Automate and Paginator report. Okay. And you can integrate it in your Power BI, like it's a kind of embedding in your Power BI report, right? And you can access the functionality of that Power Apps or Power Automate or Paginator report from your Power BI desktop itself. Okay. Power Apps is basically like which you guys use to simply, it's a kind of app, right? It doesn't require any kind of coding. Okay. However, few small codes just like you have in DAX, right? That is not that much complex in Power Apps, but yes, a kind of, one-liner or two-liner, codes are there as far as I know, right? And you can leverage your Power BI desktop. Let's suppose you created a Power BI report, right? And you want to input the data in your source table, right? So for that, you have to create an app in Power BI desktop itself. Let's suppose there are phones, right? You have some, there's a, you are getting the data for phones, right? You're getting it like this is the price. This is the quantity of phones you have in your, stock. This is the, different functionality available in the phone, right? A price as well. And the quantity. Let's suppose you want to change the information in the source itself. Okay, you want to change the price of the phone in the source, because whatever you are seeing in Power BI, that is coming from the source, right? If the price of the phone is 10,000 in the source, right, that you will see 10,000 over here. But what if you have the capability to change the price of the phone in the source itself, and that would be reflected, on the real time in your Power BI report. So for that, you have to create an app in Power BI desktop. In the desktop screen itself, you can simply input that for this particular phone, change the price to 12,000, right? Okay, or maybe you created a particular report. You are a store manager, right? You sold a particular phone, right? So now the quantity of the stock would be changed from, let's suppose you have 10 phones earlier, now you have 9 phones. So what you do, you go to your Power BI desktop itself and change the quantity of the stock from 10 to 9. It will, it will be updated in the source also, and that would also be reflected in your Power BI desktop. So if you want to, you know, basically change anything, edit anything in the source of your Power BI desktop file, for that you can make use of Power Apps. You can create a Power App for that and integrate that Power App in your Power BI report. Make sense? Any other question?
No.
Saubhagya, do you have any questions?
No, sir.
Okay, fine. Then we can end our session for today then. Okay. Let's meet you tomorrow then.
Okay. Thank you, sir.
Yeah, welcome. Bye-bye.